This is the final week. I think it's the final week for Esports Ohio. Um, well, before regionals and obviously state finals, but this is the final week of the main season. This is, I think, the tiebreaker or wild card round, and it is between Beavercreek High School and Whitmer High School. I think we saw Beavercreek earlier in the season, and they were a pretty strong school. So this should hopefully be a pretty exciting match. Let's see if I can find. Yeah, so we did watch. Oh no! Oh, never mind. I thought we had watched Beavercreek. I think maybe last semester when I was commentating Rocket League. We watched some Beavercreek, but this should still, either way, be an exciting match. Yes, this is the wild card match. So I think a winner of this ends up going to regionals for whichever region this is for. But yeah, so I guess we're just waiting on the teams to get started. But let's see if I can find the each team's record. So Beavercreek right now, and I'm still trying to find it. I do not know how to navigate this website. Here, let me look at the main season. All stages. They were separated into groups, so I'm not quite sure what their record is, but I know, assuming they made it this far, these are both teams, both very good teams and teams of a very similar caliber. So once again, I think this will be a very interesting and exciting match to watch. So I guess while I'm waiting, I could look up some of the players, see if they've got any previous data. I always like doing this. You never know, you may find there could be some interesting characters. I did stop asking for the player info because I do like to be surprised. And not every team is good at giving it to me, so I'm going through. I'm not going to say anything to keep with, so neither team necessarily has an advantage. But it is looking like there's an NA on one of them, but he's got data. I guess this will be like a complete surprise in terms of players. So we'll just have to see once we get started. It wasn't clear. One is Whitmer High School and Beavercreek is Beavercreek. I don't think I'll be able to adjust the layout to figure that out every single match, but it seems like we're gonna get started now, and we have Piranha Plant versus Roy. Um, Roy, obviously very popular character. Um, very popular, a very good character at that. So, but Piranha Plant is a weird gimmick character. Definitely not seen as a good character by any means, but against some characters, and I would say Roy might be one of them, can just catch you off guard, kind of gimmick you. I definitely would say, me personally, I have a problem against Piranha Plant. Batui is a very strong tool right there. A shield break, very, very quick. Is very quick shield break, and it did convert into a kill, so that'll be first blood on Whitmer's side. Very good start for this character. And probably it's going to be a weird one to counter right there. We're seeing Fatui kind of doing work. It's a very strong projectile. Rapid jab. Roy not doing too much about it. I think one thing that Roy needs to do better with is, yeah, right there, getting around Poison Cloud. Poison Cloud is going to shred shield, does a lot of damage. No knockback though, so you may not think it's a big deal, but if you get caught in that, if you get caught in that grab, you're taking an easy 30-40%. Right there, yeah, he's stuck in shield. He can't really do anything, and it's a really bad position for Roy. Let's see if he could at least get one against Piranha Plant. Down air into F tilt. F tilt's a very strong move for Piranha Plant. Right there, down B not quite gonna connect, but is gonna go for the F smash and gets punished with an F tilt. Roy, being able to kill pretty early. His sword's really strong, but Piranha Plant is still in an insanely good position, 107%. There, F smash, weak hit F smash is still gonna connect and still kill. 19% on his second stock. I mean, that's a very, very good start for Whitmer. But again, this is one of those characters. It's a gimmick character. If you know how to play against it, it's kind of like Piranha Plant does get beat pretty bad if you know what to do. So. We will see if Beavercreek has an answer for it. I mean, the characters that beat Piranha Plant are pretty much ones that could approach him without, risk of getting hit by Fatui. So I'm thinking characters like Sonic, Sonic's pretty quick. He can get just right through. Also characters that have, really good projectiles. They can I have Link queued up right now. It's my main, along with Sonic. But, characters like Link, all the Links, even things like Mario, which just, you throw out Fireball and then you're able to approach. Although you do have to be careful with Fatui. It does stay on the ground and it lingers for a tiny, tiny bit. But, I think if I were Beavercreek, I would send out, I don't know their roster, but we've seen a lot of K-rolls. We've seen a lot of, those heavies with that one projectile they can just throw out. So K-roll, Ridley, DDD. Trying to think of more common characters that we've seen, or even uncommon characters. I mean, there's Pac-Man that you could just throw out. Wolf's another good one. I think Wolf counters Piranha Plant really, really well. You know, the classic Wolf Joker, um, the classic top tiers that just like, you know, do well against like every single character. If you just have a basic game plan, I think beating Piranha Plant is a pretty it's a pretty methodical thing. We're seeing Yoshi. Yoshi does have that projectile I was talking about. You know, throw out egg, and then he gets that free approach. But one thing that Yoshi has is a really, really good double jump. It's gonna let him, I think, get through Patui at some percent. Or if he gets hit, it'll be a lot weaker. But see how the Yoshi goes around it. It's good to mention that Piranha Plant is a heavy. It may not look like it. It is just a plant in the pot, but that pot is very, very heavy. Yoshi is not going to be able to you know, get those really quick up air kills at like 80%. You know, Yoshi's going to be killing at like 90 to 100% with those top flat up airs. But you know, we're seeing a pretty good start. Not even really giving Piranha Plant time right there. We saw Patui just being super disruptive and using the jump early. Is recovering high enough though. But yeah, Patui is it's such a strong projectile, just keeping Yoshi out of there. Right here, I mean, if he could take the stock first, that would be a very, very good start. Not quite getting the forward air. Oh, almost getting hit by Patui there, but mixing up recovery, that's a really good thing to do as Yoshi. Having that air mobility is going to be very, very, very useful. But not quite cleaning up, not quite getting the kill. Very, very good start for Whitmer, you know, taking 4 stocks, potentially even further. Their first player. Right now, he's kind of just throwing out moves. I mean, 105% is a scary position. Up air, not gonna kill. It's the weight we're talking about. Piranha Plant is, once again, very, very heavy. Jumping over that move's kind of scary, but you kind of got to wait until Piranha Plant tilts over. Once you do that, it's pretty safe to approach right there. We're seeing Yoshi giving Piranha Plant just space to throw it out. One good thing to mention about Poison Cloud that I see the Piranha Plant doing is that it also hides your moves. You can't see through it at all, so, you know, you can throw out Patui and the Yoshi's gonna have less time to react to it. That was another perfect demonstration of that. Not quite sure what the egg roll was, but Yoshi not being able to clean up 152, you know, pretty much any aerial from Yoshi should kill. Piranha Plant is also struggling to kill. Forward air, not gonna do it. If he hit it, that would have been it, but good recovery, not having to burn the double jump, just being able to air dodge, but grab into up throw, one of the strongest up throws in the game. Yeah, you're outside of that kill confirm percent. You can't up tilt up air. You can't really like lead into anything. You kind of just gotta go for a clean hit, which is gonna be a big problem. Nair there would have probably done it. I do kind of agree with this giving space, especially if Poison Cloud's out, because you don't know what the Piranha Plant's going to do, and I'm not sure how bad the delay is, if it's normal online delay, but, you know, some of those things can be way, way harder to react to. There we go, there's the Nair coming out, taking the risk, going through the Poison Cloud, taking probably like 5 or 10% for that. But still, you know, hopefully is able to clean it up, get this last stock. This is, Yoshi's not playing too bad, and we saw in the beginning Yoshi had the lead for a decent amount of time. I think he was just playing way too unsafe. But then again, in a format like this, you know, nerves can get to you, so I don't blame him. But right there, getting a, you know, basically like a 1-2, not quite able to convert off of it a bit more. Right there, we're seeing just some hits. 57%, not too bad. This is a, decent position for Yoshi to at least clean up, get that last kill. They're not going for a jab lock. I think jab lock into F smash would have maybe done it. Right there, Fatui is gonna do it. Such a strong move. Right there, I mean, the Swimmer Piranha Plant is taking it pretty quick. That's 6 stocks, only losing 2 stocks. So we'll see if he keeps it going. That we may potentially see a near sweep on the side of Whitmer. Beavercreek's gonna have to sit on this for a minute just to see, who do they send out, because they know if they send out someone that takes the Piranha Plant stock, they're gonna get countered, and they have to realize who's gonna be able to cover that counter. Luigi, kind of an interesting play. Luigi has Fireball, was able to do things, but I think his main game plan is get in, grab. And getting in is it's not hard against Piranha Plant, but it is very risky against Piranha Plant. And I think that's where Beavercreek is kind of losing it. They're not taking that risk. And they're not, and when they are taking the risk, they're doing it at the wrong time. So I think if this Luigi knows how to approach, it should just be game from here. Town and City, though, very good choice for Whitmer. Luigi, he has the 0 to death, but getting that on this stage, it's not going to kill, especially a character as heavy as Piranha Plant. So pretty much do have to rely on just pure outplaying and almost dying there. 66%, yeah, Luigi's going to struggle to approach, especially in the air. Recovering in this matchup is going to be really, really tough. 94%, still nothing on the side of Whitmer. Right there, 6%, just poking with the Fireball, kind of all you can do right now. Not going for a grab, kind of timing these grabs a bit wrong, but Luigi is the kind of character that could do like 30% off of a very, very simple conversion from a grab. I'm talking like down throw, up air, up air, up air. Interesting recovery. Not quite gonna work. Patui is once again gonna catch, and I think that's gonna be the biggest struggle in this matchup. Is just Patui is gonna cover so much space. Luigi can only move so much in the air. Piranha Plant, spot dodge, grab, kind of the play. Can get a decent amount off of Luigi with grab too. I don't think this Luigi knows, but I'm pretty sure you can grab down B, so doing that may be a way better option right there. Grab, up air, not quite gonna be able to do it. Um, but up B, not gonna kill on any other stage that would have done it, but town is a very, very big stage. You're not gonna be able to just throw that out at, what, 20% and get a kill. You're gonna have to still outplay, but not doing too bad now. In a pretty good position for Luigi. He's got stage control. Stage control and, not a percent advantage, but Luigi gonna be able to kill off of some pretty crazy things. Could probably just get like a down throw down B, pretty simple. Or dash attack also works, and right there we're gonna see Whitmer lose their first player.
Luigi wins! Bang, bang.
Now, I will still mention, 7 stocks on the side of Whitmer. If they have another player of this caliber, it may be tough to bring this back. But Luigi is still doing good. Did not lose that second stock. It's going to be very pivotal, if anything does happen from here. So, and assuming they don't have like a Sonic or a Samus or like a Sephiroth, or God forbid a Sephiroth, Luigi tends to have a pretty good matchup spread against the relevant characters in this game. So kind of just throw out moves and things connect into Luigi's moves connect into themselves pretty easily. You throw out landing forward air and you can get another landing forward air, grab, or up air. So it's like mashing is the play, and seems to be working pretty well with this Luigi. I mean, he's definitely very methodical in what he's doing, throwing out Fireball when he's far away, kind of going for grabs in specific scenarios, but it does get reactable, and sometimes you just gotta mash. Here we're seeing DK. This is one of those cases where I'm kind of confused with this choice. I mean, Whitmer's got to have other characters. This is, I think, seen as like Luigi's best, if not one of his best matchups, and probably by proxy one of DK's worst matchups. I mean, DK just combo food, but that may also be more of a like very top player oriented. And when I say top player, I mean like top 150 player oriented opinion. It's like up at those levels it's very combo heavy, when at these levels it's more neutral heavy. Oh, you see, kind of going for it. He does, seems like he knows the combo, just needs to get that right percent window. But yeah, at this level it's very neutral, and then what do I do in disadvantage, what do I do in advantage. And right now we're seeing a very neutral heavy play style with these two. That's kind of all Luigi's gonna do. He's not going to approach. It's scary approaching the big, the big angry ape like right there. Not messing up the recovery. Yeah, Luigi's recovery isn't great. That's gonna be, I think, his downfall in this matchup. But right there we're seeing a pretty decent combo. I mean, that's some good damage from the Luigi. Very, very decent. I think that was like, what, 50%? Hopefully he's able to get something similar going, and maybe take a stock. Down B, not gonna kill. Right there. Down B, whiffing. Not the greatest move in certain scenarios, but it's still a good move. I mean, you could throw it out and get out of most positions. He's kind of just throwing out Fireball, playing patient. If you're down, crew battle format, you're just trying to take that stock, so if you could play patient and have the opponent approach you, it's probably the best option. I think like a back threat ledge may get close to killing, but that is just going to do it right there. Up B, out of parry. Oh, and he's good. There he is. Oh, wasn't quite able to get the combo. On most characters, you can just do it's down throw, down air, nair, down air, up air into up B. But on against heavier characters, you have to do an extra nair down air, and then you could do the final landing up air into up B. But that was still a very very good very very good, like what, 60%, probably close to like 50% from the Luigi, but that's still you know closing it out. Hopefully you can get that extra percent. I mean, Luigi's had a pretty decent showing in this game, so we're hopefully able to take that a bit further. Playing very slow now. Obviously, DK is gonna kill you at like super low percent. So playing it slow, you're giving yourself that time to think. How am I going to approach at this? Back throw, not going to do it. But bad position for DK. DK on ledge, big character, not going to be able to do much. But DK does have stage control yet again. A lot of just panicking there, but Luigi was able to mash out of it, and it's looking like a very, very good game for the Luigi. We'll see if he's able to get the combo again, but up B is going to kill right there. Still a very good showing of Beavercreek, taking 3 stocks with that Luigi, and, if they're saving like a best player for last kind of scenario, it may be looking a bit better for Beavercreek in this game. 3 stocks to 7 is still doable, albeit very, very, very difficult. But Luigi had a very, very good showing. First game was looking interesting, but it may just be like severe matchup inexperience. I mean, Piranha Plant is, like I said before, a really, really weird character. So Ridley, I mean, Ridley has very big moves. This could be a bit scary for a character like DK, where DK's big's gonna get hit by those big moves. Also has that command grab, very good burst option. Gonna go for the very, very quick spike kill. Not gonna work, but that is an option that you can just go for. He's going for it again. I mean, at this point, you kind of just got to throw things out. It's your game plan, but still a very good start for Ridley. I mean, 62%. If he's able to take this stock without losing it, I mean, it'd be a very good start. Ridley a bit heavy, not gonna kill. Surprisingly, not as heavy as Piranha Plant, though. But right here, he doesn't mash out of that. Yeah. It's one of the things I was not noticing a lot of mashing from the Ridley. You kind of just gotta press buttons, or you're at 80+%, you're gonna probably end up losing your stock for it. Very good grab into back throw, but also a really good fadeaway from the DK, although was not able to recover 2 ledge, and that is gonna be it for that. And, 2 stocks to 6 stocks is definitely doable. The Ridley absolutely seemed like he knew what he was doing, and even going for that, it's a very, very risky option. I mean, if you misledge or accidentally hold down, you're losing your stock for that like spike cheese. So Terry, I mean, this is I'm not quite sure how to think of this match. I mean, Terry has to get in, and Ridley is very good at keeping you away with that really big nair. But Terry also has a pretty linear recovery. Ridley's going to be able to punish that pretty easily. Here we're seeing a very, very good start for the Ridley. I mean, that might be a 0 to death right there. Nope. But, you know, didn't have to get hit by it, but it's still going to work. I mean, 11%. Very, very, very good start for Ridley. And it's pretty much just a default back to a 2-stock game. If the Ridley's able to just get more of those things done, I mean, we may see it go down to last player. The Ridley make a pretty decent comeback. Very good side B. Just gonna throw out F smash. Hope it connects. One thing about Terry is that he does have a lot of recovery options, so it'll be pretty safe for him to just get back to stage. I think he's just holding an option, you know. Trying to get that extra percent with down B. Gonna probably back throw here. Yep, right there. Gonna try to get these like cheesy, you know, 2-frame kills. I think this would be that matchup to do that up B cheese. It's a good option. I mean, generally speaking, risk-free. You may be risking some stage control, but you know, if it hits, that's a stock at. You could take a stock at like 20% with that probably. But charging F smash is a bad move for Ridley. Missing the up smash, and it's gonna get completely punished for it. I mean, it's a very, I'd say a bit over the top kind of punish, but down to the last stock. You know, Beavercreek has the Ridley has to kind of just figure it out right there. That's, I think, going to be it. No, not quite. The Terry saved his jump, was able to make it back. But that's still a good 74%. Very good 74%. You know, 83. Ridley is going to kill at a pretty early percent. Back air, putting Terry once again in a pretty bad position, but fireball into dash attack is going to do it, and right now we're down to the last player. I mean, Beavercreek is starting to make the comeback. Wonder if this will be the they're going to be able to do it now. I mean, we're seeing Battle of Heavies at this point. Pretty much every character I think we've seen from Whitmer has been heavy in some way. So Bowser is no different. I mean, this is the single heaviest character in the game. So let's see if he's able to clean up the last stock, or if Beavercreek's going to be able to take all three. Like a pretty good start, being very patient, not running at the neutral getup, or I guess that was more of a getup attack, but not running right at it. Right there, holding out, saying Flame Breath, not holding in. It's very, very good patience. So right there, F Smash is going to do it. Down 2 stocks. This is a very good, a fairly decent position for Beavercreek. Now, this is a very small stage. Bowser's going to be able to kill at super early percents, and, just tacking on extra percent here is not that good. Almost getting hit by that F Smash probably would have been it. He's going to go for the down up B. Missing the F Smash, that probably would have done it, but, 109% on the Bowser. And it is down 2 last stock. Beavercreek is very slowly chugging away at this, and Bowser's got to do something. Probably, I think just throwing out moves at this point will probably do it. Throwing it out just a bit too late, but 69% on the Bowser, and we might see a pretty monumental comeback here, and Beavercreek for once has the lead. I mean, it's coming down to the wire. Both characters could die at pretty much any percent. Now, that back air somehow connecting, and Beavercreek coming back from a 4-stock deficit. Incredible showing in that game from the Ridley. And we are going on to game 2. Beavercreek defying the odds and going up 1-0. I think one of the big things in this though now is that they realize that the Ridley can't do it, but they also you shouldn't have to rely on a single player. And although every player had their own good showing, Luigi was doing pretty good too. So I think it's just like that Piranha Plant I think was the biggest problem. Very, very weird matchup. So. waiting on them to finalize characters and stuff. Very exciting game. I mean, it seemed pretty one-sided at first, but cleaning it up. Potential, I would say game 3. Blind picks. I did not get to peek at the characters. All right, now we're getting Roy versus Bowser. Let's see. Beavercreek is playing Roy, and they're just throwing in the Bowser at the beginning. This is a pretty okay matchup for Bowser. I mean, very big hitboxes. Roy kind of just has to throw moves out. Bowser's very good at combating throwing moves. We're seeing Roy kind of just throw moves out on shield. Bowser able to punish with like up B or something. But then again, Roy is just throwing moves out and things like that happen, so. Two jabs, getting a bit of extra percent right there. I think we're going to see a lot of those upbeats out of shield. Right here we're seeing some pretty decent combos from the Roy. I mean, Roy's a very freestyle character, so you can kind of throw moves out with some kind of, some idea of how they work, and generally speaking, you can connect them into something pretty meaningful. We've seen the Roy, getting some decent, 2 to 3 hit combos, and I got a comm error. Oh, that's not good. Definitely seems to have been on my end. I mean, if the arena shut down, it's probably... Check the VOD to see what percents everyone was at. checking the rules right now. We're gonna have a rehost. They're gonna. Have a rehost. Both characters at 11%. Looking at it, it seems like a single Bowser jab should Any Bowser tilt. Looking at it, any Bowser tilt would work.
Step into the ring. All right, so we're restarting. I was about 100. I'm seeing 115% for the Bowser and about 12%. Let me see. Let me double check actually. 113 for the Bowser and about 12 for the Roy. Both still at 2 stocks. Very very early in the game, so we should still be fine. So just let them get to their percents and then we'll go from there. 1, go!
Be a very, very slow process.
smash gonna kill, and I think we're back, it's back going from now. Back going smooth for now. We'll see how it goes. Roy is doing very well, dealing percent to the Bowser, I mean. Killing Bowser with Roy isn't that difficult, I say, as he, countered up smash. It's a very strong move, one of the best counters in the game, too. And, pretty early lead, 11-9. Beavercreek starting the game off strong. Definitely think things would have been different if there wasn't a disconnect, but that is 100% out of my control. Although I do apologize, it was likely on my end. But I think we are going back into it. So we'll see who Whitmer sends out. I mean, the Piranha Plant did very, very good in the last game. So I wouldn't be surprised if they send the Piranha Plant out this early. Although it would be an early one to send out, especially when you have that Ridley on Beavercreek side that is a big problem. And we're seeing Hero. That's a character that we did not see last game. A pretty strong character, although one of the more difficult ones to use. You kind of got to know what to do when you pull the menu. It's a very execution heavy character, so
I won't lose.
see. I mean, Roy's going to be able to get in. Roy beats most sword fighters just by sheer speed, but Hero does have those just big sweeping moves. And unlike Roy, the entire sword is strong, so he's going to be able to get more if he throws out forward air, slightly more range, and you time it right, you're going to win that interaction. So right now we're seeing the Roy getting side B, putting Hero into a pretty bad position. I mean, most characters in the corner against Roy are going to suffer. Roy side B is going to kill it 90-ish% against most characters, but just any move, F tilt, forward air, they're going to put the Hero into a pretty bad position. And right here we're seeing some misspacing, but that's fairly normal in online play. Also just kind of throwing out moves, you're going to misspace a few things, but F smash not going to kill, but putting Hero in a bad position. Hero's going to get the grab. F throw going to put Roy now in that disadvantage. Hero did give up stage control a tiny bit there. Jab is going to give that back. I think at this point, yeah, forward air is going to kill, and Hero taking the first stock in this. It's a pretty good start. He keeps us going. He loses one stock, gets two. It's a fairly good trade. Gonna cancel it, but I think that did steal mana. That's gonna be a pretty consequential. Yeah, right there. Side B at 100-ish gonna kill, but down tilt's gonna basically just go under anything that Roy's gonna throw out. Hatchet Man just barely missing. That might have been the stock. It's a very strong move. It's a pretty even game, I would say, but side B right there, as I was saying, so close to killing. Hero has no jump, and that might be the stock. Yeah, I think it would have been a bit smarter just to take the gamble and go for zoom, but I understand what not wanting to do that in this format where like every single stock matters. You may not get it. I mean, the Roy is doing very, very good in this. Yeah, I think the Piranha Plant was the issue in the last game, but you know these are two not easy matchups for Roy. So being able to take 5, maybe even 6, not quite gonna connect. Shield timing is a bit difficult, but bounce. I mean, bounce has a purpose in this. It just gets bounce off the menu for the entirety of having it. So just throwing out, you know, top deck is a bit better of an option now. Whack not gonna connect. Probably would have killed. I think it's 100% of this percent. So I mean, I think any move from either character near ledge is probably going to do it. Right there, forward air, sweet spot forward air is going to kill. Very, very good start for the Roy. Being at 10 stocks, 10 to 6. This is about the same we saw from just flipped in the last game. So I think at this point, I mean, we'll see what Whitmer has to send out. We saw Hero. That's a character we didn't see last game. They may have more. So we'll see who they throw out. And I'm getting another communication error. That's 2 today. See if I can rejoin before the next game starts. May not be able to do it.
Step into the ring.
Was able to get in before the game started. Again, not quite sure what's happening. I haven't really had this issue in the semester at all. So, kind of upsetting that it's happening now, but the last game, we'll have it figured out. But right here, we're seeing Roy versus Piranha Plant, and this is, yeah. I assumed the Piranha Plant would come out at this point. Roy did seem to struggle, although near the end of it, he kind of seemed to figure things out. And just, again, a very annoying matchup. So I kind of get struggling in this matchup. It's a character you have to get in against a character that does very good if you have to get in. So I mean, the Roy's doing a pretty... I mean, I meant to say the Piranha Plant's doing a good job at keeping the Roy out, but, you know, Roy is still able to kill these early percents. You got a side B right here, you know, putting Piranha Plant in a bad position. Get one more decent conversion and a bit. But Patui is going to launch near Blast Zone. It was a very, very good counter from the Roy. Not quite going to kill, but... You know, it's 93%. I mean, jab, back air, or even a really good side B is going to do it at this point. But Patui, yeah, kind of throw it out, and it'll probably do it.
Piranha Plant wins.
So we'll see if the Piranha Plant is able to, I guess, clean it up. It is only a 3 stock deficit, so it's not, you know, that bad. It is just one full player. Based on how the Piranha Plant's been playing, I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. Although, you know, you watch it once, you kind of know what to do. You start to pick out those little habits. especially with a character as like I guess two-dimensional as Piranha Plant. It's just Piranha Plant's game plan is mostly Patooey, Poison Cloud, you know, hide what I'm doing, throw out Patooey again. So it's like you pick the right character and someone that knows how to adapt and you know is watching things closely. It's a character that you can counter. I don't know if sending out like Ridley now would be a good option. Especially we saw that Ridley was able to do a lot against the other characters, but also considering this isn't the greatest matchup for Ridley. I could check matchup charts right now. I mean, matchup charts only say so much, but Ridley, I think it tends to be Piranha Plant is very good against those really big characters that have to get in. So Ridley, Ridley is kind of one of them. He does have that projectile that could stop Patooey, but Ridley's also kind of light, which is why it's like weird. But like Bowser is another big one. I think Piranha Plant is very good into Bowser, despite Bowser being able to live for quite a long time in the matchup. So I mean, again, I'll look at the matchup chart right now. It's only going to say so much, especially with a character as unexplored as Piranha Plant. I mean, at the higher level, there's like no Piranha Plant players. It's there's like Taz in Japan and then Lucky in the US. So very unexplored character. But I'm looking at it right now and it's looking like, let's see, Ridley. Yeah, a slight win on Ridley. Is definitely slight win for Piranha Plant is a win, so this is a very close game though. And again, Beavercreek won by like a mere hit. If they were, you know, if the Bowser was able to just clutch it up a tiny bit against the Ridley, that probably would have been it. But it's right now seeming like a very good start for Beavercreek. We're seeing Luigi. I would say this is a good choice. The Luigi did pretty decent against the Piranha Plant in the last game. And if this is a smaller stage, it'll be even better. Luigi can get that like 0 to death. I think it's gonna be town, so it's a bit better for Piranha Plant, but the Luigi does seem to know what to do. Yeah, I think it may just be a bit harder or even impossible on Piranha Plant. Piranha Plant is very thin despite the weight. I think, you know, with the body to weight like ratio, I think Piranha Plant is one of the smallest for how heavy he is. Or I guess it is. Right, they were saying a pretty early stock for him, taking only 35%. But I mean, we saw from Luigi earlier, he lost early percent and then just was able to do so much. Was able to take things pretty far. So I would not be surprised if we see that happen again. You know, 41%, taking a bit from the Poison Cloud. And right there, that's I've talked about that before. It's just hiding. Yeah, Patooey's going to be very disruptive. If Luigi gets in while Patooey's out, it's just going to be that 15% basically. That was quite an interaction. I mean, yeah, moves do hit the neck part, so not super surprised move with invincibility does it, but now we're seeing pretty even percents. Luigi is kind of figuring out what to do. That's kind of what I was talking about. You know, you do the same thing when Patooey's out, so you know what to do. Down here, not quite going to kill, but is putting the Piranha Plant in not great position. Luigi is on platform. It's a pretty advantageous position for the Piranha Plant, but F Smash is going to take it, and Poison Cloud working in the Luigi's favor now. Yeah, I think going for the combo in this matchup may just be more difficult. not getting an air dodge. Luigi very quickly down to his last stock. Although this is not bad from Luigi, and I definitely think he could take it here. Very, very good pivot grab. 40% right there. Starting off, you know, with taking the lead on this stock is going to be very pivotal. Very good air dodge timing there. And yeah, it's just going to be chip damage, and then hopefully enough to get him to like kill confirm percent, or just like stray hit percent. Luigi does have those very, very simple kill confirms of like down throw up B or down throw down B. 93%, we're approaching that like down throw down B territory, which may not work on this stage, but is connecting these smash attacks pretty consistently, so I would not be surprised if it goes down to a smash attack or something. But now it seems to be the Piranha Plant's turn to deal some damage, and Tui is going to be an issue there, air dodging right into it. Oh, and that's perfect timing from the Piranha Plant.
Piranha Plant wins.
And now it's down. I mean, Whitmer has probably their best player in right now. The Piranha Plant is doing just so much on cleaning up. But Beavercreek still also has Beavercreek has their best player from last game in the back right now. But you know, the Ridley never had to play the Piranha Plant, so that may be it may just be an issue there. So Whitmer sending out the early Piranha Plant may actually have been the good play there.
Ready?
Seeing the Yoshi come out. Yoshi, I think, was able to take one from the Piranha Plant. So, you know, if they're able to whittle it down, one on the Piranha Plant and then 3 on whoever's left, it may be a bit better for the Ridley. But again, as I said before, Yoshi is the kind of character that could deal with Piranha Plant. You have that egg, which is going to do a lot. It's a very non-committal projectile to throw out. And you also have the mobility to get around Patui. We're seeing right now, Patui is being not too much of an issue there, and slipped off ledge with dash attack. I've seen that before. Yeah, we're seeing Patui not an issue, kind of able to avoid everything. Yoshi's air mobility is, I think, best in the game, or at least on par with like Wario and Jigglypuff, so I mean, not much the Piranha Plant could do in terms of getting Yoshi out of the air, and it's gonna be more of just like outplaying on the ground. But even then, outplaying Yoshi on the ground is just as risky. Yoshi has some of the best tilts in the game. They all lead into air. They almost all lead into something, so this is just going to be a very uphill battle for the Piranha Plant. But we saw before the Piranha Plant's able to do it, and we're seeing now, you know, pretty even percents. 103, and has air dodge, barely making it back to ledge. 130, I mean, pretty meaningful move would kill, but that was double jump armor on Patui earlier. Kind of keeping him alive just a tiny bit longer. Off stage and not quite hitting the forward air, but the back air is going to hit, and that is going to kill off of the top. 144 on Yoshi, though. I mean, Still a very good position though. If he's able to take this stock, that's still 2 extra stocks for Whitmer. Kind of surprised that didn't hit, but yeah, now 53% on 60%. Still not quite able to kill the Yoshi. Normally you don't live this long against Piranha Plant, so maybe like, you know, how you maybe think like, how do you kill? And I know that tends to be like a panic position for some players where it's just like, oh, I don't know how to kill. Like these like super high percents, and we're seeing right there 187 and still wasn't able to do it.
Yoshi wins.
You know, now Whitmer's down to their last player. Beavercreek still has 2 players on all 3 stocks. It's, I mean, this is going... It still may come down to the wire. I mean, Whitmer may have something in their pocket, but...
Ready? Three, two, one.
DK coming out.
Go!
I mean, DK's gonna struggle. It's these, against this character specifically. Yoshi has so many moves just to stuff you out. But DK can also do a lot with, you know, putting on a lot of damage, grabbing, and just throwing you off stage. And, you know, we've seen mashing isn't... the players may not seem like too comfortable mashing right here. I mean, quick 70%. That's crazy. Both of these characters have insanely high damage output. So... we're going to start to see a bit slower gameplay as the Yoshi adjusts to taking 80% because they missed one interaction. And I think that's just how it's going to work. You know, you're gonna slow the game down as you see, like, if you see, oh, I'm losing this interaction, I'm losing this interaction, I'm taking like 60% for it. I would, you know, start to slow it down, and right there we're seeing losing even another interaction, you die for it. But Yoshi is going to kind of struggle to slow things down as he has to kind of get into kill, especially when you're getting it involves getting throwing out just tilts and stuff. So. Very good job right there, cleaning it up. 2 stocks left for Whitmer. Yeah, I mean, I said before, both these characters have crazy high damage output, but we saw like 26% from 2 back airs. And, the armor is going to work in his favor. Down smash, not going to kill, but, you know, keeping Yoshi above you. It's kind of where you want Yoshi to be. Yoshi's landing tools are down air, and that's about it. Down B is, you could roll out of that or spot dodge it. Very good mix-up, not going for any, like, easy throw. And the DK's doing a very good job at cleaning this up. I mean, taking 2 from the Yoshi and still having 2 himself, if he's able to take this last stock, you know, we may go down to, you know, a very, very close game again. And Yoshi's, you know, keeping DK off stage, 108%. Up air not gonna kill, but 143, I think an up air here. Back air also probably would do it. The DK's gonna have to think of something. Not going for the ding dong on the platform. May have killed on platform. I don't quite know the percentages on Yoshi, but with rage that might have done it. 167. Very, very risky for DK to be above Yoshi. Throwing out up air is gonna absolutely kill here. I think at this point any aerial is far from ledge will probably do it. Maybe not weak hit in air, but he may do it with rage, almost 200%. And was that a taunt there? That's absolutely gonna do it. You know, wasn't quite able to mash out, and yeah, we're seeing it go down once again to the wire. 3 stocks to 2 stocks. Although Beavercreek does have their Ridley in the back, will maybe probably throw it out. So. Yep, just as expected, we're seeing the Ridley. And this is, you know, 2 big body characters. Battle of the big bodies, as I say. And I would say 2 characters that have both had ups and downs in the meta. I mean, DK is slowly coming in as a very good character. Ridley had that phase a few years ago. I think people kind of realized Ridley's weaknesses. Going to ledge, just retreating the ledge, safe option. Now, yeah, we do have to mention how Ridley is starting at an advantage, so he can slow down the game. But the DK is speeding up the game very quickly, 75%. Very good combos. DK is going to be able to combo Ridley pretty easily. Ridley is very good at hitting those F smashes, though. Charging it. Now he does have some extra time or extra space to work with. I mean, especially now that the DK is at 74%, and I see no mashing there. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong indicator, but I don't know if they're just not mashing or if I'm not seeing it. But yeah, even percents now. 100% though. I mean, it's even percents, but even stocks, but not even percents. A good move will probably end up killing the DK. But the Ridley is playing nervous. I mean, throwing out a lot more smash attacks than before, and throwing out not just F smash. F smash is quite laggy. So, side B is gonna kill, and Whitmer down at their last stock once again. Now, this Ridley does have space to work with, but 89% is still a scary position, and not getting the ding-dong, 105% now. I think a decent hit will probably just bring it down to a last stock, even percents, especially if this Ridley can't get anything. And that's probably going to be it. Yeah, so it's last stock, 0% for both players. Really starting to pick it up here, 43%. But the DK is going to answer right there. Almost exact even percents again. Just really with a slight advantage. Spot dodging the grab. That grab would have done so much for DK. Side is not quite going to do it, but 125%. I mean, now, yeah, Upbeat on the stage is going to be super risky, and it once again came down to last stock, last hit. I think any meaningful hit from DK probably would have done it, but very good showing from both teams. Beavercreek is going to barely clutch it out, coming back from a 7 stock deficit in the first game, and even in the second game, Whitmer was starting to pick up the pace. That Piranha Plant was able to do so much, and even the DK in that second game was able to do a lot. But the Ridley proving to be a pretty significant problem. But you know, it happens. It was a very good showing from both teams. I think Beavercreek will be moving on to regionals potentially. I'm not quite sure how this whole format works. But yeah, I don't think there's anything next week. But but the week after, I guess. Let's see, what's the schedule looking like? Yeah, so I don't think there's anything next week or next weekend, but Saturday and Sunday, the 5th and 6th will be finals. I think Smash Ultimate is on the Saturday. There'll be regionals. It'll be I think Northwest Ohio, Northeast Ohio, Central Ohio, and Southern Ohio, if I had to assume. So not quite sure where I'll be yet. I think we're trying to figure that out, but I know I'm trying to think of where they would be. I think Cedar Point is hosting the Northwest Ohio one. BW right here at BW is hosting the Northeast Ohio. I think Central Ohio is at Ohio State, if I had to assume, or maybe at the game arena. And then I would assume, based on our sponsor, University of Cincinnati, University of Cincinnati is hosting the Southern Ohio one. But yeah, very, very good showing. Oh, I'm being told reserve semifinals next week, so there will be game next week. Assuming it is on the sheet. But yeah, I think that is it for today. I don't think there was Rocket League today. So yeah, I will see you guys either next week or at finals. Yeah. But really great showing from both teams.